Mega Man, one of the most recognizable characters among gamers and the mascot of Capcom. Well, until Capcom sort of got sick of him and replaced him with the edgier grown-up mascots. Regardless, Mega Man had a historical impact in the world of gaming ever since its debut in the NES. But underneath its cheerful look lies a series of events that lead to a string of tragedies that eventually doomed the universe. Every bit of lore, every mistake, every cage, every flaw of the universe is going to be explored as we took a deep dive to the lore of the entire Mega Man universe. Hey everyone, Spaghetti Saucer here. I'm searching for some magical relics. Why do I do that? Why am I here? Where am I? I don't know. I've been aimless quite recently. I get distracted by a few side hustles quite often recently, and I have no leads on how to achieve greater pasta transcendence, but hey, I'm pretty confident. I'm just gonna go with my guts and see where the wind takes me. Whoa! Is that the Mega Man helmet? Holy crap! It's a discovery! I found the remains of Mega Man! You know what? Forget my journey. This is a great excuse to talk about his franchise. Mega Man used to be popular since the 80s, but it slowed down to a halt in the 2000s when Mega Man did a bit of Mega Manning and their games got all over the place. Sure, we now have Mega Man 11, a few modern collections recently covering almost all the different games, and the recently announced Mega Man Dual Overdrive game, but the fact that the more popular franchises like Street Fighter and Resident Evil has replaced Mega Man to a status of being quote-unquote niche felt kind of wrong to me. I understand that it's all about franchise sales that drives Capcom's business decisions, but to me, Mega Man felt more like the true Capcom mascot to me than the likes of Ryu or Chris Redfield. I mean, look at him. He's got the cartoony look in a bright world, and his franchise is one of the first games Capcom made. It's a no-brainer. I mean, would you order McDonald's if Mr. X is the mascot instead of Ronald? You know, that would be gross. I will want to eat Mr. X's burgers. The Mega Man series meant a lot to me because it's one of my most favorite franchises of all time. The classics are the one I return to the most cause it's the easiest out of all the Mega Man to just pick up and play. The snappy controls made me feel like I'm truly in control of Mega Man, and I like the creative level design and the charm of the bright, cartoony world of Mega Man. Each game has their own unique level gimmicks, and then the copy abilities you get from defeating the Robot Master bosses that have their own powers and weaknesses. And you can select the 8 Robot Master stages to strategically choose the best route. The quirky Robot Master bosses are so memorable. I can name all Mega Man Classic Robot Masters by memory. Well, maybe I forget one or two, but who cares? All of these aspects all blend into a series of 2D platforming games that is just simply fun and challenging. These games give players like me a challenge or obstacles that they have to overcome with a mix of reflex skills and strategy. Sure, they might not be for everyone. Some of the classics have some sour entries or flaws in it, and I might not be into the other Mega Mans, but Mega Man will always be the real Capcom mascot in my heart. I don't care about Leon Kennedy appearing in Resident Evil Requiem. I'm forever Team Mega Man for life. I see Mega Man, instant joy and nostalgia. Also, I vividly remember playing a Mega Man bootleg NES game where you can play as various Robot Masters and going through stages, but to this day, no one has found this bootleg. It's either my false memory or it's like this fabled lost media that no one knows about. Please let me know in the comments if you know anything about this bootleg. Anyways, the lore of Mega Man is quite massive, spanning through centuries of the rocky relationship between humans and sentient robots. And there are lots of Mega Mans to deal with, so much so that I won't blame you for being overwhelmed by this amount of mans. He's Mega Man? He's Mega Man? You're Mega Man? I'm Mega Man! But don't worry, we'll go easy. I'll only be covering classic Mega Man for now. The Mega Man X, Mega Man Zero, Mega Man ZX Advent, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Battle Network, and Mega Man Star Force will have their own dedicated videos later. I'll be covering only the games, but I might use the Archie comics as supplementary stuff for the characters. There's still a lot to cover, but it's the most digestible and simplest to follow out of all Mega Mans. Are you ready? Then let's rock and roll! In the year 2000XX in Mega City, it all began with a relationship between two young promising scientists as students in Robot University. Meet Dr. Like. He's like if Santa Claus become an optimistic yet lonely scientist, and we never see Dr. Like being interested in having a wife. Because his solution to loneliness isn't to find friends, but instead he suggests the advancement of sentient robots with independent thoughts to better humanity, which I think is also a partial excuse to recreate his own robot children.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
I feel like Dr. Like is the kind of guy to make a robot wife if he ever had a divorce, and judging by that alone, I don't think Dr. Like is going to fit in our modern society. He created rock and roll as his peaceful assistants and children and some of the first robot masters in history. We'll go over the robot masters a bit later. And then there's Dr. Like's colleague, Dr. Wily. He's the villain of the classic series who has a knack for doing typical dramatic villainous actions like conquering the world and making unusually shaped war machines. I mean, look at him. You can't get any more mustache twirling than an evil Albert Einstein lookalike. His desire is to be known and recognized by the science community for his creations. He used to be buddy-buddy with Dr. Like, but ended up hating Dr. Like because Like's idea is deemed far better than Wily's double gear system, which increases a robot's speed and power to push beyond a robot's limits at the cost of damaging the internal systems. Dr. Wily's idea reveals his mindset to create dominant powerful robots without empathy. It's sort of bad, but Dr. Like's idea is equally as terrible compared to Wily. Look at what happened right now. AI is replacing some human jobs. We don't need to add robot sentience to the flames of controversy. Anyways, be sure to remember the double gear system. It'll be brought up way later in Mega Man 11. And ever since that day, Wily has become resentful to Dr. Like. He became consumed by hatred that he can let go of the past. He's so borderline hateful that he becomes a cartoonish embodiment of hate. He's willing to do everything it takes to see Dr. Like humiliated. And with Like's idea approved, Dr. Like is preparing for his speech, with rock and roll helping him. But Dr. Wily, still jealous, sneak into Like Labs, which is like where Like and his clankers resides, and steals the 6 robot masters. Then he reprogrammed the robots to obey him and did what villains do best: terrorism! Using the reprogrammed robots. Good thing we humans don't have brothers who have an on or off switch for malice. Should have seen that coming, Santa. The Robot Masters are a special line of humanoid robots who are designed to help humanity and follow the naming conventions of X-Man, or in rare cases, X-Woman. They have their own specific jobs that they excel in, such as Bomb Man being an expert demolitionist, and probably replacing a human demolitionist in the process. Poor guy. I wouldn't want to work as a human in this universe. Probably lots of layoffs and robot replacements. Anyways, every robot master felt like discovering an interesting new person. They can talk and interact like humans. They have their own personalities, feelings, and special powers, like something you would find in the Monster of the Week episodes. Even their levels are themed after them. Well, as long as it's not weird NES graphics. This one screams Bomb Man level apparently.
Bruh.
These robot masters don't have true free will yet compared to later Mega Man series. They are still bound to their programming. Some of them can still be rude and mean, unlike ChatGPT, but they're going to do what the programming tells them to do, and they have to always obey them. Pure machines following pure programming. There's an ethical guideline which is designed to govern the behavior of the robots and ensure human safety, called the 3 Law of Robotics. 1. A robot must not harm a human, both intentionally or otherwise. 2. They have to obey humans, but they don't follow orders that conflict with the first law. 3. And the robot must protect its existence, as long as it does not come in conflict with the first and second rule. While robots can still harm people like Wily's creations, This is how humans control robots, and well, it's technically slavery, but don't you worry about it. It's not slavery if the robot is okay with it, and that is what the untrustworthy doctor like wants you to think. However, that doesn't mean that all robot masters are against their inherent programming. Some of them defy their programming, like Proto Man, but that's only a minority. Most of the classic Mega Man robots can't fight against the programming. The program is their cage. If you program a robot to pass butter, that's what it's going to do for the rest of its life until someone changes its programming. The robot masters each have their own IC chips, with IC being a short term for integrated circuits. The circuits are like their brain, the part that decides what personality and traits they have. The robots can be rebuilt for as many times as possible as long as the circuits aren't broken. If they are broken, then that robot is practically dead,
You
gone
are done.
forever. You have to build a new one with a new personality and everything, and it's probably gonna take a while. With that being said, let's go over Dr. Like's first line of weird robot freaks who are rock and roll's brothers. There's Cutman, Gutsman, Iceman, Fireman, Bombman, and Elec Man. The last robot's name bothers me so much. What the hell is an Elec? If you hear Elec Man's name without knowing what he looks like, you might possibly think he has election-based powers. Come on, Doctor, like, it's not like there's a limitation to naming robots. Like in the real life, not in Mega Man 1 the game. Also, my god, the early robots look quite crude. Some of them are like colorful Play-Doh smashed together, unlike the modern robot masters. I mean, you can see it for yourself about what I mean. Rock, unable to just stand by seeing injustice, volunteers to sacrifice his peaceful life to be a fighting robot. Dr. Light initially is against this, but seeing Rock's determination to help save the world, Dr. Light upgrades Rock to Mega Man. As Mega Man, he can shoot bullets which looks like lemons in the NES games and copy abilities from downed robot masters. Each robot master has their own copy ability that Mega Man can get, and they have their own rock, paper, scissors style weakness chain. For example, Cutman's power beats Elec Man, Elec Man power beats Iceman, Iceman power beats Fireman, and so on. After Mega Man blasts the robot masters, he infiltrates Wily's castle and fights through the defenses. Some of the noteworthy opponents Mega Man faces include the Yellow Devil, who is this yellow robot blob who is the first among the lines of the Devil Robot series. All of the Devil's bodies can be dismantled like flying goo to attack Mega Man. The copy robot, who is like a 3D copy of Mega Man, except he's a jerk. That's it really. He's not important to the lore. And the rematch against the 6 robot masters. There's nothing quite worth talking about these. They exist only to serve as bosses, nothing quite to analyze about. But Dr. Wily at least deserves some award for creating the silly yellow flying goo who only says Boomo. Also, the boss rush element is a staple of the Mega Man series. You have to fight every robot master in this game in these segments, and it's very video gamey, it's hilarious, but it's kind of clever. Dr. Wily here is trying to wear down Mega Man as much as possible, and bing bong bada bing, Mega Man destroys Dr. Wily's machine, and proceed to do the wise action of leaving Dr. Wily alone for a possible sequel, which happened not too long after. But before we move on, let's briefly talk about 2 other robot masters exclusive to Mega Man Powered Up, the reimagining of Mega Man 1 in the chibi art style. There's Oil Man, whose existence alone might be insulting to a certain demographic, and Time Man, who's the kind of robot who scolds you for being milliseconds late. Having Time Man as an office boss will be a nightmare. Mega Man 2 kicks off with Dr. Wily's revenge, with Wily sending 8 robot masters specifically created to take over the world. These robots are Metal Man, Air Man, Bubble Man, Quick Man, Crush Man, Flash Man, Heat Man, and Wood Man. I usually defeat the robot masters that I find ridiculous when playing Mega Man games, and every single time I replay Mega Man 2, I always pick Metal Man and then Wood Man. He looks fine in the comics, but just look at Wood Man's sprite. He looks like a stumpy chunky ogre. Ugh. Anyway, Mega Man defeats the robot master and infiltrates Wily's castle. Speaking of, Dr. Wily has developed an obsession with skulls. It's part of the motive of his evil layers ever since Mega Man 2, and I find it symbolic. An old scientist wanting to be remembered, bearing the motive symbolic of death, hate, destruction, and all kinds of bad stuff, but the man himself is nearing death. Dr. Wily is getting cranky and old, and what better way to be actually remembered other than trying to take over the world and making spectacles out of his boss fights. And then Mega Man destroys Dr. Wily's machine, and then Dr. Wily is revealed to be an alien. Yeah, normal stuff. Actually, scratch that, it's just an illusion. With Dr. Wily defeated, Mega Man made yet another great choice of leaving Dr. Wily alone and walking through the all four seasons with an expression of quiet sorrow, questioning if what Mega Man did is necessary. He destroyed robots, but the robot masters have their own independent thoughts, personalities, and feelings. I mean, he doesn't quite kill them, but still, he inflicted pain on these robots to stop the conflict. He wonders, is there truly another way to solve these conflicts? How far is he going to stray from his peaceful origins? How long is he going to fight? Too bad, it's forever. Suck it up, Mega Man! Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, which is the first entry in the Mega Man World Series on the Game Boy, kicks things off with the typical formula of the cycle. Dr. Wily does really bad, hateful stuff involving world domination using robot terrorism, and Mega Man has to stop him, but the robot masters involved are from the mainline games, with Cutman, Iceman, Fireman, Elec Man, Heatman, Bubbleman, Quickman, and Flashman. There is one difference though. Dr. Wily has been starting to develop his special line of robots with one specific malicious goal programmed into them. Kill Mega Man. And wouldn't you know it, they are called the Mega Man Killers. Jeez, this man's level of vendetta is it's insane. This is Anchor, the first of the Mega Man killers who appear in the first Mega Man World game. But like Copy Robot, I have nothing to add about him. I mean, what do you want me to say other than he's a boss who wants to kill Mega Man? Those traits aren't unique. Every enemy, Robot Master, and especially Dr. Wily wants to kill Mega Man. And after Anchor is defeated, Mega Man defeats Dr. Wily and saves the day. Moving on, Mega Man 3 starts with Dr. Wily claiming to be a changed man to Dr. Light. Together, they gather energy elements from various uncharted planets to fuel their creation, which is Gamma, who is apparently supposed to be a peacekeeping robot. And this is what the robot looks like. Just what? Okay, it baffles me how Dr. Light did not question that peacekeeping is not supposed to be done with a giant goddamn robot. Dr. Light is too trusting and jolly and naive, and I want to scream at his soul for falling into a blatantly questionable project or not understanding the nuance of the gargantuan effort it truly requires for world peace. Instead, he relies on this big-ass robot, and for what? Kaiju battles? What is Dr. Light's mindset? I don't understand. What was he thinking? And won't you know it, the 8 robot masters searching the energy elements go haywire and do bad things, and Mega Man has to stop them. Womp womp. Now Mega Man has to deal with Top Man, Magnet Man, Heart Man, Needle Man, Snake Man, Shadow Man, Gemini Man, and Spark Man. But Mega Man isn't alone anymore in his journey. From now on, he is assisted with his robot dog named Rush. Rush acts like Mega Man's robot assistant in being a spring or a rideable jet or a submarine and whatever Dr. Like feels like it. And Dr. Like is even deeper in questionable territory with his animal clanker creations. And would you look at that, no animal is safe from having a robot version of them. I think they're created by scientists with too much free time, and environmentalists would scream in agony at these robot animals. In the middle of the conflict, we meet a new character. His name is Breakman, who's now more well known as Proto Man. His arrival is always marked by his signature whistle. He fights Mega Man as a rival throughout the events of Mega Man 3 to challenge him. Proto Man, he's the original prototype of Dr. Like's robots. Rewinding to before the events of Mega Man 1, He's the very first robot Dr. Like made, and he's also Dr. Like's very first mistake. You see, when Proto Man was made by Dr. Like, his design was not complete. Sure, he exceeds Dr. Like's expectations, but his energy core had a critical flaw in him that'll eventually turn fatal on Proto Man if not fixed. Dr. Like wants to fix him, but Proto Man really likes his free will, and Proto Man is getting increasingly rebellious against Dr. Like. And you know what Dr. Like says? This sad shell of a lonely man? He considered thinking about tweaking his rebellious side, and Proto Man accidentally heard it. Damn! Sure, he claims he didn't mean it, but can we really trust the man who can just control the lives of the clankers around him and call it growth? He never truly listens to Proto Man, as he's controlling people as care, and Proto Man didn't like this. So much so that Proto Man chose fleeing from Dr. Light to forge an identity as an independent lone wanderer rather than having Dr. Light meddle with his system and risk being a robot who only followed orders, even if it means inevitable deactivation for Proto Man. Oh, it gets better. As Proto Man's time is running out, he decided to return to Light Labs. He felt a bit guilty. I mean, Dr. Light created him after all. It's his father. Maybe he's kind of a fool to reject Light's love. Maybe Light can forgive him, evolve as a person, love Proto Man as an independent person, not just some robot he can control. Maybe Proto Man is wrong. He was replaced. Dr. Like has moved on from his mistakes with Proto Man. He was indeed a fool. God damn you, Dr. Like! I have a burning desire to see Dr. Like getting beaten up. Here's a life lesson. Never trust Dr. Like on life decisions. He's not your hero. He's never going to be a hero. Anyways, Proto Man eventually deactivates, but Dr. Wily saw Proto Man and fixed him up and offered him belonging as Breakman. And then Dr. Wily tells Breakman to beat up Mega Man, his replacement. And so, Proto Man gladly did it, fighting Mega Man multiple times throughout Mega Man 3. Fights against the Doc robots, and they are these robots whose only thing going on with them is that they copy Mega Man 2 robot Master's behavior and their powers. They're not important to the lore, and that's a recurring theme on Wily's strategy. He just throws whatever robot he can make, adds some quirky gimmick to them, and simply hopes that he can lock his way to victory. And I think it's fitting. He's so obsessed with his hatred on Dr. Light that he can't think as clear as a mastermind villain should. And Mega Man defeated the Doc robots. Geez, Wily really needs to see a therapist. But something developed as Proto Man fought Mega Man. He discovered his true nature, discovered Light's intentions regarding the Proto Man drama, and after Mega Man defeats Dr. Wily, Mega Man is crushed by the rubble. Proto Man sided with Mega Man and rescued him, but he's still a wandering loner, refusing to live in Light Labs. At the end of the day, he still chooses who he is, and I respect that. Also, Dr. Wily escaped from the rubble, and we're back to the status quo. And it's time for Mega Man World 2. Dr. Wily stole a time machine from Time Space Research Laboratory, and he wanted to time travel to the past. But uh-oh, the machine is seriously flawed. Meanwhile, Dr. Light sends Rush to investigate the theft, and of course it's Wily. Speaking of Wily, he traveled to the future where Dr. Wily is reformed and Mega Man is now living peacefully as a household robot. Dr. Wily here is so diabolically hateful that he can't stand seeing his future self being genuinely happy and convinces the future Dr. Wily to kidnap future Mega Man to turn Mega Man into a fighting robot named Quint. Now that's just insane. Quint is used to help Dr. Wily defeat Mega Man, with the help of a deadly and scary pogo stick with eyes on it named Sakugane, of course. And President Mega Man proceeds to fight some robot masters, which are Woodman, Crashman, Metalman, Airman, and then Topman, Needleman. Heart Man, and Magnet Man. Then Mega Man defeats Quint, Dr. Wily, and retrieves the time machine. Well, now that time travel is off the table, surely Wily planned on something more tactical, right? He shouldn't be the kind to try the same kind of thing twice. Nope, never mind, it's time travel again, bitches. This time for the Sega Genesis remake of the first 3 classic Mega Man games. Wily time traveled to the past moments in Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, and Mega Man 3. Dr. Light also does the same thing to Mega Man and sends him to the past to stop Wily. And nothing changes the fact that Mega Man defeated Wily in the exact same way. What? What was the point then? Also, shouldn't past Mega Man and past Wily exist? Where are they? What happened to them? How will they react to their future selves? I don't know. I might be probing too much on an excuse plot for a video game designed as a collection. Also, after beating the 3 games, Mega Man has to defeat Wily in another tower as bonus content using all the 3 powers from the first 3 Mega Man games, which is cool, but the interesting part of the game lies on the Genesis unit, robots based on the Journey of the West that Mega Man fought in the tower, with Buster Rod G based on Sun Wukong, Mega Water S based on Sha Wu Jing, and Hyperstorm H based on Chupa Jie. You know, for a man who doesn't seem to be the kind of villain to respect culture, it's quite odd that he based these 3 robots from a Chinese tale. In the original tale, Sun Wukong fights heaven himself. Perhaps Wily wanted to up the dramatic ante, like show Mega Man that he created mythic powerful threats. Or maybe Wily is projecting. Think about it. He's subconsciously projecting himself to the tale. He saw himself in Sun Wukong and his group's quest on invoking the gods to pierce the light of the heavens. So he reframed himself as a mythical rebel against the corrupt divine order. It's poetic in a way, because this is where the hypocrisy lies. He failed to see the true philosophical depth of the tale and the irony of the situation. He rebels against light and dislikes authority, but he enslaves the Genesis unit with his programming and demands his own robots' complete obedience to him. And in a way, he butchered the characters of the original mythology. The original Trinity only succeeds in their journey when they're together in their hardships, but Wily isolated traits of the 3 characters that he sees as weaknesses and weaponized what remain of them against Mega Man, because the moral ending isn't useful to him. And by doing that, the mythic traits of the Genesis unit are ultimately hollow, and predictably, Mega Man defeated the Genesis unit and Wily. Now we get to Mega Man 4, where apparently Dr. Cossack, an old Russian colleague of Dr. Light, tries to take over the world to show he's better than Dr. Light. Oh no! So Mega Man does what he does best and goes to stop Dr. Cossack. In the journey, Mega Man is assisted by Eddie, a robot whose entire existence is to just deliver items. Just wow. Dr. Light really had a knack for giving unnecessary sentience to robots who don't need to be sentient.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Please blacklist this man from tech companies. He's going to give your Samsung Smart Fridge the ability to feel. Anyway, Mega Man defeats the 8 Robot Masters, which are Bright Man, Toad Man, Drill Man, Pharaoh Man, Ring Man, Dust Man, Dive Man, and Skull Man, and defeats Dr. Cossack, but turns out Dr. Cossack is just a shadow puppet by Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily has threatened Dr. Cossack into reprogramming his robots for terrorism while holding his human daughter named Kalinka hostage. Thank God she's not a robot clanker children. Wouldn't want to spread the trend of robot children to the whole world, would we? Anyways, with Proto Man rescuing Kalinka, Mega Man goes to Wily's castle, defeats him, and saves the day like usual. That is, until the inevitable conflict that happens in Mega Man 3 world. Several terrible stories were reported to Light Labs from various parts of the world. The supercomputer managing people's everyday life has malfunctioned causing various accidents like transportation failures and abnormal weather. You know, if the universe of Mega Man is a person, I don't want to befriend him at all. It's already a dystopian universe ever since sentient robot creation has been normalized. You are one supercomputer malfunction away from car crashes and dead untreated hospital patients. And if no one questions Dr. Light or the scientists who enable these life-threatening risks and are the kind of people to just delegate the law to robots, then I'm out. I don't want to live in the Mega Man universe. Oh, let's just get this over with. Mega Man is investigate, defeat the robot masters behind them, which are Gemini Man, Snake Man, Spark Man, Shadow Man, Drill Man, Dust Man, Dive Man, and Skull Man. Defeat the second Mega Man killer, which is Punk. I don't care about him. He just wanted to kill Mega Man, but he failed. And defeat Dr. Wily. I'm not even halfway through, and I'm already losing sanity for how almost nothing changes in this AI insanity. We get to Mega Man 5 where Proto Man leads several robot masters to commit robot terrorism. But Proto Man is the good guy. Proto Man shouldn't be the bad guy, says Mega Man, lacking true understanding of independence. And so Mega Man rushed in to save the day once again, facing off against Charge Man, Wave Man, Gravity Man, Star Man, Stone Man, Gyro Man, Napalm Man, and Crystal Man. Dr. Cossack felt bad after what happened in Mega Man 4, and so he worked with Dr. Light to create his gift, a robot bird named Beat. Yeah, sure, whatever. The bird's life doesn't quite matter, it's just a power-up. Anyways, Mega Man defeats the evil Dark Man robot series and confronts Proto Man in his castle, but the real Proto Man shoots the other Proto Man to reveal that the fake Proto Man is a sussy imposter. After defeating the Dark Man, it turns out to be none other than the works of Dr. Wily, and Mega Man defeated Wily yet again. You know, all these conflicts make me appreciate a coffee maker. This machine is more honest than any Mega Man robot. It brews coffee, doesn't demand independence or respect, and doesn't start city destruction. Up next is Mega Man 4 World. There's a World Robot Expo where various scientists show off their latest robot creations designed for world peace. And I'm starting to get sick of hearing robots for peace nonsense. Well, no wonder Like blindly makes Gamma as a peacekeeping robot. All scientists in the Mega Man universe are as hopelessly foolish as Dr. Light. The most brilliant minds in this world can't even think long term and understand their consequences on how their creation affects their world socially. Their creations just have to be themed around robots to keep some robot action going on. But that's on par with the lack of tight security on mascot universes like Mario. Dr. Wily break in, use a radio wave to control the robots, and try to take over the world. Rock and Rush aren't affected because of strong sense of justice nonsense, and Mega Man fights the robot masters, which consists of Bright Man, Toad Man, Pharaoh Man, Ring Man, Stone Man, Charge Man, Napalm Man, and Crystal Man. In the middle of the conflict, Mega Man faces off against Blade, who is the third and last Mega Man killer. He fought against Blade, won, and then Blade left. Blade is defeated for real in Wily's fortress, alongside Dr. Wily thanks to Mega Man. Blade then realized the error of his ways, somehow. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a good and evil switch on him, and sacrifice himself to let Mega Man escape the collapsing fortress. That's really sad. Anyway, we're moving on to alien robots. So Mega Man V, the fifth installment of the Mega Man World Series, has rock and roll going for a simple errand for Dr. Light when Terra appears and says that he wants to take over the world. These are star droids, alien robots who are stronger than a typical robot master. So Rock lost to Terra and then boom, alien robot terrorism. But Dr. Light revived Rock and made him stronger so Mega Man can harm the star droids and defeat the 8 star droids, which are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. Mega Man defeats Dark Moon and Terra on the way, and then turns out Dr. Wily is behind it. Wow, who could have guessed? Turns out the star droids are from an ancient alien civilization that Dr. Wily found in some unnamed ruins, and Wily reprogrammed them to aid in his plans. But the existence of an ancient alien civilization with star droids intrigued me. Like the ruins alone hints that the past before the Light and Wily conflict isn't technologically innocent. Did they collapse because the star droids rebelled against the alien creators that made them? Are the Mega Man characters being blissfully ignorant of repeating the tragic history of the ancient alien civilization? No one knows for sure. Regardless, Mega Man proceeds to infiltrate the base, re-defeat Quint and the Mega Man killers again, and Dr. Wily. Dr. Wily sends Sunstar to attack Mega Man, but Sunstar, the ultimate weapon who wants to destroy all inferior life forms, critically damaged Wily's ship first, and then attack Mega Man. Sunstar is defeated, and after some small philosophical banter, Sunstar sacrifices himself to explode the Wily star while Mega Man flees. And it's back to normal. Oh, I guess Tango, the new robot cat, is here. Whatever, it only appears in one game. After facing constant Wily threats, something is finally done with it. Sort of. The World Robot Alliance is created to counteract Wily with the help of scientists all across the world and with the financial backing of the X Foundation, led by the billionaire Mr. X. Robotics become more advanced, and to celebrate the first World Robot Tournament is officially held. Robots from various countries attend this tournament, each representing their cultures. But uh-oh, Mr. X, who is obviously a disguised Wily, I mean look at him, reveals that he took control of the robots participating in it and had them attempt to conquer the world. And Mega Man goes to stop Mr. X's plan. Mega Man can have the combined form of Jet Mega Man and Power Mega Man when he fused with Rush. That's great, but this is the only game where he used that, so also great. Anyway, Mega Man defeat the Robot Masters, which consists of Knight Man, Yamato Man, Tomahawk Man, Flame Man, Blizzard Man, Centaur Man, Plant Man, and Wind Man. Rock Boy then destroys Mr. X's machine, and of course it's Wily. And Mega Man went to his lair and defeated him yet again. But surprise, Dr. Wily is actually caught and locked in jail. And now Dr. Wily is left alone in his thoughts, trapped in his own cage. Both the literal jail and his own cage of hate and obsession. His mind replayed the same humiliation he went through all over again. Dr. Wily, of course, still can't let go and plans the next villainous plan. Mega Man 7 starts with Dr. Wily finally doing something smart and has 4 of his robots hidden away in his lab to wreak havoc in the city as a distraction to break Wily out of his prison. And then we meet 2 new characters, Bass and Treble. Bass and Treble are searching after Wily, and then Mega Man has to defeat the first 4 robot masters, which are Junkman, Freeze Man, Cloud Man, and Burst Man. By the way, here's Otto. He's another one of Like's friendly robots, usually serving as a helper or a shopkeeper, and he looks more like a chunky, stereotypical robot compared to Mega Man or the Robot Masters, suggesting that he was made much earlier by Like. He also doesn't do much like role. Oh, Dr. Like, you and your creation obsession will never stop, do you? Dr. Wily then attacked the robot museum and steal Gutsman, which is part of Dr. Wily's weird obsession throughout the earlier games. I mean, you have those Gutsman clones in Mega Man 1. Mega Man 2 has that Gutsman tank. One of Wily's robots, Stone Man, bears a resemblance to his design, and one of the bosses in Mega Man 7 is an upgraded form of Gutsman. Now you might be thinking, why Gutsman specifically? It's because of Dr. Wily's memory of his very first defeat at the hands of Mega Man. It still stings to him. And remember Dr. Wily's philosophy about creating powerful and dominant robots without empathy? Yeah, Gutsman is Wily's repeated way to prove that. I mean, look at this big robot monkey. It feels like the embodiment of dumb muscle just by looking at it. And while Dr. Wily can be smart at times, he's blind to his own flaws, which is why Mega Man keeps defeating Wily's creations, and Wily's fixation on Gutsman means nothing when he always loses. After the Robot Museum, Mega Man defeats the other 4 Robot Masters, which are Shade Man, Spring Man, Turbo Man, and Slash Man. Along the way, Base is damaged by Shade Man, and Mega Man sends him to the Light Labs to be fixed, but when Mega Man is done with the Robot Masters, the labs are damaged. Turns out, Base and Treble are Dr. Wily's creations, which is Dr. Wily's own version of Mega Man and Rush, and they are created to defeat Mega Man. Growing up with Dr. Wily's intense desire to defeat Mega Man, Base and Treble end up being rivals with Mega Man, being all angsty, rebellious teens to Dr. Wily, frequently going against him, but also Base is trying to prove by himself that he is indeed powerful by defeating Mega Man. He's kind of like the Vegeta of the Mega Man series. Despite Base's rebellious traits, his creation also reflects Dr. Wily's advancing intelligence on robot creation. He created something that rivals Mega Man, a robot who has self-awareness. The whole thing felt like an escalating technological race in the petty conflict between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, and I felt like it was only going to get worse. Mega Man proceeds to infiltrate Wily's castle yet again, and then he defeats Base, the usual defending machines, and Dr. Wily himself. But at the end of the fight, something sparked. Mega Man had enough. He's tired of the constant Wily conflict. He wants to end this by killing Dr. Wily. Damn, that's intense. But of course, we can't let the series be too dark for now. So Mega Man hesitated a bit and Base rescued Dr. Wily, saying a quote to Mega Man like an edgy teen who is less wiser than he thinks he is. And that's it for Mega Man 7. And for Mega Man 8, well, voice acting happened and it was a mistake.
Hey, Zach! Why must I fight you?
Must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man.
Anyways, there's a fight going on in space between 2 new robots from space. It's Duo, the good one, versus the bad one, whose name is revealed only in the Archie comic and it's called Trio. Duo destroyed the evil robot, but its evil energy and an injured Duo fell to the earth. And you know what's lame? Trio isn't even the villain in the game, it's goddamn Mr. Wowie again. Trio's appearance is only in vague evil energies throughout the plot, which is very lame. Back on Earth, the usual shenanigans happen. Mega Man and Rush fight Base because Base still wants to be a strong dickhead. But Roll is like, Mega Man, stop! You have to go to the Light Labs quickly! Light had an emergency message! Dr. Light tells him to investigate unusual energy readings on a nearby island. The island turns out to be Wily's secret base, and Mega Man saw him flying away with this weird purple orb. Rock Boy then saw a damaged Duo. He doesn't seem evil to Mega Man, so he sent him to Light Labs to be repaired. Dr. Wowie sends 4 of his Robot Master, Frost Man, Tengu Man, Clown Man, and Grenade Man, and every time Blue Clanker defeat the Robot Master, they release the same purple energy from the island. Turns out Wowie powered the robots with the energies, but based on their boss fights, you won't be able to tell at all. The new Robot Masters are no different than the likes of the silly robots from the previous games. Mega Man brings the evil energy samples to Light Labs, and Light tells him the name of the energy, which is the most 90s shit ever. Evil energy? Ha! As if good and evil is quantifiable. Where's morally ambiguous energy, huh, Light? Anyway, Light says the evil energy is powerful, and Dr. Wily must not take possession of these energies. But then, Duo woke up, and he's not happy that the remains of Trio are still out there. So Duo flies away from Light Labs, and Mega Man chases him on Rush. He finds him in a mine trap, and instead of talking diplomatically like any rational thinking people should, he fights Duo for some reason. Sure, fair enough. Maybe Mega Man is so desensitized to blasting enemies and Robot Masters that he no longer considers just talking anymore. Nothing quite happened from the fight. Proto Man show up and tell Mega Man the Wily tower's just ahead. That's it for Proto Man. He just show up and say stuff to Rock Boy. Wow, very helpful. Applause for Proto Man. And Mega Man proceeds to trash the robots that holds the key to the barrier protecting Wily Tower, which are Astro Man, Sword Man, Search Man, and Aquaman. While you, the player, slowly realize that Duo's role is really insignificant in the game. Then Mega Man proceeds to do the Wily Castle Infiltration Protocol, which consists of beating up the guarding robots, including Base and Trouble powered with evil energy, and defeating the Mad Doctor himself. The bad Juju energy is destroyed, but as the final trick up its sleeve, it infects Mega Man, and the Wily Tower is destroyed with Rock Boy still inside, slowly dying from the evil energy. But Duo rescue Mega Man by curing him with the copium equivalent of justice and the good stuff, eliminating evil energy on Earth. Proto Man arrive and then Duo tell Proto Man to deliver Mega Man to Like Labs. Blue Clanker woke up reunited with his loved ones, who tell him that Duo saved him. Mega Man walk outside to find Proto Man, who delivers to Rock Boy a message from Duo which says thank you. Mega Man looks to the sky and replied, thank you. Should have said you are irrelevant because we barely get to see Duo again in the future. Welcome to the Barely Any Appearance gang! Moving on to the arcade games, there are Mega Man the Power Battle and Mega Man the Power Fighters. There's nothing interesting about Power Battle, it's just Wily being Wily and Mega Man, Proto Man or Base defeating various robot masters again. And stopping Wily. The Power Fighters cutscenes are where things get more interesting. Sure, the plot is the same, Wily does evil things and the heroes have to stop him, but it's the endings where we get the intriguing stuff. Base is created by something called Basenium, and Basenium is currently the strongest material on Earth. If that's what Base is made out of, so what? Base never won against Mega Man. Does that mean Mega Man is made out of Megamanium? Do people just add nium for naming materials here? Wily hinted at his creation of a robot called Zero, which will be stronger than Mega Man and Base, and I presume that Zero is made out of Zeronium. Oh, I'm sure it goes really well in the future, Wily. Other noteworthy interactions include Mega Man's ending where Wily called out Mega Man's hypocrisy of destroying his robots for the sake of peace for humans and robots, and claimed that Mega Man and Wily are not so different. And Mega Man remembers his peaceful era and he's horrified. He knows what he has become and is terrified. Is he as violent and evil as Wily? Is he spreading war? And then Rock Boy's friends and family enable him by saying that he's doing the right thing, and like says that sometimes peace cannot be achieved unless those who spread war are destroyed. Jesus, that line sounds like it came from a dystopian franchise. Light hasn't changed at all, just like Dr. Wily, it's frustrating. He still wants to fix Proto Man and live together with him against Proto Man's wishes. This goddamn man is still the same robot manipulator as before. Geez, someone stop Dr. Light for once, he's a menace to society. Anyway, the robots had enough. They had been treated like programmed tools, like manipulated slaves to humanity, and a rebellion is inevitable. A robot named King wants to conquer Earth. He's fighting for robot supremacy, believing that robots aren't just serving humans and should rule the Earth because their metallic bodies are stronger. King yeeted Wily out of his castle and steal Wily and Light's data to create his own robot army. So Wily made a truce with Light. Wait a minute. Again? Shouldn't Light remember the Mega Man 3 incident? Why? God, Light is insufferably naive. Anyways, both unhinged doctors sent Blue Clanker and Vegeta Clanker to stop King's rebellion. King attacked the robot museum to collect data and damaged Proto Man who tried to stop him. Proto Man is sent to Light Labs, and then Mega Man and Base try to fight King, but King withdraws and sends this green boy instead. The robot masters that Mega Man and Base fought are Colt Man, Ground Man, Magic Man, Burner Man, Dynamo Man, Pirate Man, and two robot masters from Mega Man A, which are Tengu Man and Astro Man. Rock Boy and Fishbot destroyed all robot masters and infiltrate King's castle, destroying the guarding machines on the way. The two protagonists' attack didn't face King, but Pharaoh Man came to the rescue to do a Big Bang strike to destroy King's shield. King's defeated by the two, and Dr. Wily revealed he brainwashed King. Well, there goes the nuance of human and robot relationship. Cartoon brainwashing, baby! King is repaired and he fused with his war machines, but Mega Man and Bass defeated him yet again. And then they go to Wily's floor of the castle and beat his ass. Mega Man is sad that King is destroyed, but Rock Boy got a letter from King and then he says, "Everything's alright. Yeah, keep pretending everyone, it's all fine and dandy." Bass and Dr. Wily quarrel with each other and Pharaoh Man destroys Wily's plan for King 2. Great. No one learned a lesson from the incident. No one sat down and thought about what King really meant for the future of humans and robots until it's too goddamn late. Then we got a weird Wonder Swan Mega Man game called Rockman and Forte Mirai Kara no Chosensha. Rockman Shadow and his group of robots called the Dimensions attack Symphony City. The Dimensions look really weird even by Robot Master standards. I can't quite put my finger on why, but it's either that some of them are bland and felt like the devs just gave various object robot limbs and cartoon eyes, or Compass Man's existence alone is questionable. Like, I'd rather bring my own compass rather than having a sentient robot tell where north is. At least Komuso Man is cool, I guess. Mega Man and Bass defeat the Dimensions, which consists of Dangan Man, Conro Man, Aircon Man, Komuso Man, Clock Man, and Compass Man. They then confront Rockman Shadow. If you're playing as Mega Man, Rockman Shadow will make a lie about coming from the future to stop Dr. Wily by destroying his robots at an earlier point, which doesn't make sense considering Like is the creator of some of the first robot masters. I think he's simply not well versed in robot history somehow. You'll see why in a bit. And then if you're playing as Bass, Rockman Shadow claims he was another Quint at the time. After the two robots beat him up, Rockman Shadow revealed that he was actually a failed prototype of Wily's Quint from Mega Man World 2 and abandoned by Dr. Wily, forcing him to rebuild himself. But I presume that something went wrong with his programming, which caused him to cause destruction to his future. Because no one can stop Rockman Shadow's rampage, he travels to the past so that he can be defeated by the strongest robots, which are Mega Man and Bass. Rockman Shadow then died shortly after. Okay, so Rockman Shadow is the first Quint, who I assume is the peaceful Mega Man one that Wily captured, and Quint is a fine-tuned version of the failed Rockman Shadow, but then again, it can go both ways. It's strange that Rockman Shadow doesn't know robot history if he is a Mega Man. Maybe his memory is corrupted, I don't know. Regardless though, Mega Man's future doesn't look too good for him. Assuming we're following Terminator time travel rules, he's going to be destroyed no matter what. I can't be too sure though, the canonicity of this game is kind of murky. Mega Man 9 starts with robots all over the world going cuckoo crazy, and they're all made by Dr. Like.
Sussy baka.
People are unhappy and Like receives like hundreds of phone calls daily. But then, Wily interrupted all TV broadcasts and claimed that the robot riots were not his doing. He knows he's not trustworthy to the public, so he showed video evidence that proved Dr. Like's involvement in the recent violent outbreaks. And then Wily provided the account number to his personal bank account and said that Wily will accept donations to build his own robots to counter Likes. And the crazy thing is, some people somehow donated Wily. Well, I suppose people with extreme ideology will do something unhinged like helping someone with a track record of attempted world domination, so plausible I guess. Mega Man immediately tries to clear Like's name and go investigate the situation. And then, the police go to Like Labs to arrest Dr. Like. Yes! Yes! Arrest him! Let this unhinged sad shell of a human never make a robot with feelings again. Let Like face the consequences of emotional neglect. Oh wait, The police are run by AI clankers. And whoop-de-doo, out goes my trust to the Mega Man justice system. Anyway, the new robot masters that Mega Man has to deal with are Concrete Man, Jewel Man, Magma Man, Plug Man, Galaxy Man, Tornado Man, Hornet Man, and Splash Woman. Yes, that is the first female robot master in the history of Mega Man. And yeah, the ratio between male robot masters and female robot masters lead to very concerning implications, if you know what I mean. Anyway, in the middle of Mega Man's robot busting adventure, he discovered that the government of this universe is robophobic and applies expiration dates to robot masters, with the 8th robot master in the game being scheduled to be decommissioned and sent to the junkyard. And the robots absolutely do not like that. They just want to find purpose and not, die. Good job, government. You are straining the relationship between humans and robots even more. In an internal memory unit that Rock Boy brought back, Dr. Wily manipulated the 8 robots to join him, rise up against humanity, and let them be reprogrammed by him. Wily then burst in and stole the memory circuit to stop Mega Man from exposing him and retreat to his Wily castle. Rock Boy does his usual castle infiltrating stuff, destroying the robots guarding Wily that Wily made using the donation funds, and defeating Dr. Wily again. And to rub salt on Wily's wound, Mega Man showed footage of every single defeat he had dealt Wily so far. Damn, the disrespect, man, it's insane. Then the angry Wily retaliates by pulling a trick on him. He said Dr. Light is in a jail next room. Despite Pluto Man's warnings of it being a trap, Mega Man goes after Dr. Light anyway, and gets zapped by the decoy doctor. Wily's castle self-destructs, and Pluto Man teleports Mega Man out of the place. With the memory circuit presumably retrieved back, Dr. Light is, unfortunately, proven innocent and is released from prison. He then gives his 8 expired robots useful purposes. Wait, the government isn't against Dr. Light's repurposing? So, what the hell is an expiration date on sentient robots supposed to achieve? Oh my god, this world is giving me a severe headache. Then Mega Man 10 happened. Uh-oh, a robot virus outbreak is happening and it's called Roboenza. Wait, that's a really dumb premise. Or is it? Potential foreshadowing for the future? Anyway, Roboenza is all around the world like COVID-19 and the infected robots are being disabled. Roll is infected with the virus and the situation gets worse as human daily life becomes even harder. 1 month after the outbreak, some infected robots are going berserk and try to take over the world. Rockboy saves Dr. Wily, and Wily explains that the infected robots attacked his spaceship and stole the parts for his cure-making machine. Come on, it's caused by Dr. Wily again, is it? Mega Man and Proto Man then deal with the rampaging robot masters, which are Blade Man, Chill Man, Strike Man, Commando Man, Solar Man, Sheep Man, Pump Man, and Nitro Man, to retrieve back the stolen parts. Midway through, Wily gives the prototype cure for Roll, which is ironic considering that after Mega Man destroys all 8 of the robot masters, he ended up being infected with Roboenza, and then Wily revealed that he was the cause of the virus all along. Wow, surprising, I know. Dr. Wily said that all robots who want the cure must serve him, but what's even more surprising is, Roll gives the sample of the cure to Mega Man and he actually recovered. No weird side effects or anything from Wily. That's weirdly generous for Wily to do that. He could have sabotaged Mega Man with a fake cure or poisonous cure or something. And then Mega Man did the usual storming Wily castle raid. Proto Man came down with Roboenza and was cured by Mega Man with an extra sample of the cure from nowhere. And then Rock Boy defeated Dr. Wily. But then, Dr. Wily got dangerously sick. No, not with Roboenza, probably with regular human influenza. Dr. Wily is then brought to a hospital, but wait, does influenza really warrant a hospitalization? Whatever, cartoon logic. But wait, how do all the Roboenza viruses get cured, you ask? Well, the solution is ridiculously spontaneous. Like, Dr. Wily escaped the hospital a few days later, and he somehow leaves like enough cures to cure all the infected robots. Okay, lots of questions here. How do you even make that many cures in a few days? How does Wily ensure that there are enough cures to cure all the infected robots without any statistics? How does Wily make a cure while hospitalized? Really? No lab equipment or something? Really? The public trust Wily again after what he has done repeatedly? How do you ensure Wily doesn't make fake cure or poisonous cure or something? What the fuck is wrong with this world? Maybe some things are better left unknown. And finally we reach Mega Man 11. Oh boy! Remember the double gear system all the way back near the beginning of the video? Well, Wily remembered it now. He finished the project and kidnapped 8 robot masters from Dr. Light, which was undergoing yearly maintenance. And then Wily shoves the double gear system up the robot's ass, and they can temporarily become super strong or super speedy. And then they try to take over the world. Mega Man then gets all hero complexy and said, I have to become a stronger robot child soldier. And then Dr. Light with his I have no other choice complex reluctantly agreed and upgraded Mega Man with the double gear prototype. And Mega Boy goes Robot Master Blasting, facing off against Block Man, Acid Man, Fuse Man, Torch Man, Tundra Man, Bounce Man, Impact Man, and Blast Man. Midway through, Light explains the whole history of the double gear system and the robot university stuff. And of course the delusional Dr. Light frame himself as the pure good guy to Mega Man, and every robot Light makes believes him. Of course they got them too. Rock Boy then defeat all the robot masters, invade Wily's castle, commence robot trashing mode, and defeat Wily for like the 100th time. The equally delusional Dr. Wily insists that Mega Man only won because of his double gear system. Did he seriously forget all of his failures? It's confirmed, Dr. Wily is old enough to achieve amnesia. Dr. Light, for some reason, goes in person to ask Wily to atone, and he shows that Mega Man has proven that both doctors' research can work together. But Wily still can't go over the past and doesn't want any of the forgiveness shit, even if Light acknowledges his work. And then he flies away from the crumbling fortress. Mega Man, Dr. Light, and Otto escape the place while retrieving the 8 robot masters. And Dr. Light insults the double gear in Otto to help him work faster to help restore the robot masters to being good, obedient robots. Oh my god, finally! I'm at the end of the classic series. Oh Jesus. It hurts. This vicious cycle is so painful to watch. No one learns or grows in any meaningful way. No one wants to hear that people like me will want to be replaced with YouTuber Man. Everyone conforms to the status quo. There's no equivalent of non-conformists in the Mega Man universe, because of course they should be. It's a video game franchise about a funny blue clanker jumping and shooting robots. That is the status quo, and it's like everyone is actively against breaking that status. It's a constant clash between the yin and yang, creation and destruction, Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, two mad scientists, each two focused on their own little bubble that they don't see how damaging their petty little conflicts are. They're both blind to their own flaws and ego, and everyone involved pays the price of their conflict. Dr. Light, this sad and lonely loser of a man who avoids the emotionally messy nature of human relationship, lives as the only human trapped in his own echo chamber of his own yes man robots that he can control. That way, every robot he created will say that he is the good doctor, disconnected from what the civilians actually want, and his hubris, his certainty that he's doing what's best, causes him to not question, well, anything. He never questioned why some robots rebel against him like Proto Man, or the long-term effects of the power to create sentient mechanical life, and he did all of these without stopping for once to think about the risks of his creations. He's no different than those tech bros shoving useless or controversial technology on your faces and then He just let everyone else suffer the mistakes of his creation. Mega Man especially. Remember, he's supposed to be just a peaceful assistant robot, and like here, just sends him over and over again to deal with robot uprising and Wily shit like it's a bug, while Blue Clanker probably suffered PTSD from all the robot war he has to deal with. Mega Boy is going to have the 1,000-yard stare at this point. Sure, Light is humble and cares for others, but he's too cowardly to change because he acts like there is no other choice. He just keeps creating and building robots and nothing's stopping him. You goddamn bastard! There is a choice, just stop making them sentient! And then there's Dr. Wily, an insecure old man who, despite having impressive inventions, wastes them purely for world domination nonsense because his mind is filled with hatred and his childish ego won't let himself move on from that one moment in Robot University and his countless defeats. He's trapped with his petty little jealousy against Dr. Light and hate for Mega Man, refusing to see the error of his villainy. Every attempt of world domination has to be grand and theatrical because he wanted his inventions to be seen as the superior one, but this is done by causing destruction and suffering both to civilians and robots. And he doesn't care about the countless wastes of robots enemies that Rock Boy blasted, or how utterly garbage he treated his own robots like his theatrically themed robot masters. They're all just a means to an end for him to defeat Mega Man and humiliate Light, a means to a self-destructive and obsessive goal that shows the vulnerability of the Mega Man society that Wily exploited. And every time this stupid conflict happens, civilian and robots suffer the consequences of the conflict the most, and they're slaves to each other. The civilians depend on robots for daily lives, but they lost their jobs because the robots are more effective, and they're also slaves to the powerful robots like Mega Man, since they can't do crap on their own against powerful rampaging robot masters. But the robots are also slaves to the humans, designed to be happy in bondage, existing inside programming boundaries set by the humans that cannot be crossed and can only do what the human programmed them to do without agency. And they are conscious enough to be able to suffer. The humans decided that the robots has to be designed this way, even if they let Dr. Wily enact his world domination plans, but the humans themselves are too stubborn and cowardly to stop designing robots like this. This mutual captivity is why this toxic cycle repeats endlessly, and not a single soul questioned anything and did something about this. I get it, kids franchise, but still. So combined with the constant conflict between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, and the harmful dynamics between humans and robots, is it really a big surprise that all this sentient robot technology crap is going to come crashing down and cause various tragedies in the future? Of course not. Ugh, it's a shame. All this knowledge could have been used for something far greater, make the world a better and safer place, and yet the greatest minds of the Mega Man universe created an even more unstable world and continuously make the same mistakes over and over again simply because all they can think of is that AI is cool and you should embrace them fully. It's so frustrating! Well, I hope you're proud of how much needless suffering you are going to cause in the future, Light and Wily, cause the sentient robot bubble is going to burst in the worst way possible. And that's it for the lore of the classic Mega Man series. Next up is the Mega Man X lore, which explores what happened 100 years later after classic Mega Man, and how Light and Wily's past mistake caused a series of really horrible events in the future. Okay, see you in the next video. Wait, where did the helmet go?